All right, let's just jump right into it. You know the feeling. We've all been there. Someone says that one little thing, that passive-aggressive comment or maybe even a straight-up insult, and you feel it, that hot flash, that surge of adrenaline, that immediate, burning need to defend yourself. But have you ever seen someone in that exact same spot who just doesn't react?
It's a real puzzle, isn't it? Same words, same situation, but one person is totally spiraling, and the other one is, well, they're completely unbothered. It makes you wonder, what's their secret? See, it's not about just being tough or bottling up your emotions. It's about understanding a hidden game, a psychological trick that, honestly, most of us were just never taught.
So on one side, you've got that completely automatic response, right? Your heart's pounding, your face feels hot, and your mind is just scrambling for the perfect comeback. But on the other side, there's just stillness, calm. It looks like a superpower for sure, but it's not. It's a strategy. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
To get a handle on the solution, we first have to really understand the game that we're all playing and, more importantly, why we're almost always playing it completely wrong. Most of us go into a conflict thinking it's about logic or facts or being right. It's not even close.
Okay, so this is the absolute key. The people who try to provoke you, they aren't looking for a reasonable debate. They are starving for something called emotional energy. Your anger, your frustration, you desperately trying to explain yourself, that is the prize. That's the validation they crave. They don't want to win an argument, they want to feed on your reaction.
And this is where we have to flip the script in our own minds. Every single time you fire back a witty reply, or you spend even a second justifying why you're a good person, it feels like you're defending yourself, right? But you're not. You are literally fueling them. You're handing them the very thing they came for.
Oh, and it gets so much worse. Because when you're trying to reason with someone who is dead set on misunderstanding you, you're just giving them ammunition for next time. Every justification, every defense, it's like you're handing them a detailed map that shows exactly where all your buttons are.
And so we fall into these classic traps. We argue, we explain, we try to defend our honor. We think, if I can just make them see my side, they'll stop. But they're not listening to your words, they're just absorbing your emotion. The game is rigged from the very beginning if you play by their rules.
So what's the alternative? If reacting is losing, then the answer can't be a bigger, louder, smarter reaction. The answer is to do something completely counterintuitive. It's to become strategically and powerfully uninteresting.
This is a total shift in how we think about power. We're taught that being quiet is being weak, but real, true strength is your own internal stability. It's the power to look at someone else's storm and decide, nope, that's not going to become my chaos today.
Think of it like this. You're basically a Wi-Fi network, and they're walking around desperately trying to connect, looking for a signal. If you simply don't give them the password, and the password is your emotional reaction, they can't connect. They can't drain your battery. The connection just fails.
So how do you actually do this? In the heat of the moment, when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to react. Well, there's a formal name for this technique. It's actually taught by therapists to people dealing with manipulators. It's called the gray rock method.
The idea is so simple, but it's also profound. I want you to picture a plain, gray rock on a beach, full of other rocks. It's just there. It's not shiny, it's not engaging, it offers nothing interesting at all. Someone looking for drama is going to get bored really fast and go look for something more stimulating. You become that rock.
Okay, so here's the playbook. First, your tone of voice goes completely neutral, almost boring. Second, your answers are short and they are factual. Think yes, no, I don't know. Third, and this one is crucial, you offer zero explanations or justifications for them to grab onto. And finally, you feel what you feel inside, but you don't put on a show for them.
Let's see it in action. They say, "Why are you always like this?" Instead of that long defensive speech you've prepared, you just say, "I don't know." They push harder. "Don't you have anything to say for yourself?" Your answer? Not really. See, you're not being rude. You are simply refusing to give them the emotional drama they're mining for. You become a conversational dead end.
And let's be super clear about this. This is not about becoming a robot or pretending you don't have feelings. You can absolutely feel the anger, the hurt, all of it. The huge difference is you are choosing not to perform those feelings for an audience that you know will just use them against you. Your emotional energy is one of the most precious resources you have. Your vulnerability is a gift. This whole method is about becoming a smart investor of that energy.
You give the gray rock to people who are just looking for drama, and you save your real, deep, authentic self for the people who've actually earned it.
When you get this down, something incredible happens. You don't just start winning arguments. You leave the battlefield entirely. You take back your peace, your focus, and your power. You start to really internalize this new way of thinking. You realize that what they think about you is not your emergency. It's not something you have to fix or manage or panic about. That's their business.
And you also start to realize that their constant need for drama, their desperate attempts to pull you into their chaos,
Is not your responsibility. You are not obligated to RSVP to every argument you're invited to. You can just choose not to go.
And this, right here, is the ultimate power move. Because if you can't be baited, you can't be manipulated. While everyone else is getting exhausted fighting these pointless battles, you are free. You have this incredible, almost unfair advantage, because all of your energy is yours to use for what you actually want to achieve.
So the final question really isn't just about how to handle the next person who tries to trigger you. It's so much bigger than that. Just think for a second about all the time, all the focus, all the peace you're going to get back. What will you do with all of that? What will you build? What will you create when you're no longer being distracted? That is the real prize.